Today I wanted to do a light rice bucket workout. So this one's going to be about 6 minutes long. Again, each move is 1 minute. I'll show the movement kind of quickly and then we'll hop right into it. But this one's going to be real light, real easy, especially for any beginners to the rice buckets or anyone that has a lot of irritation in the hands or arthritis or pain. So let's start easy. Let's learn some simple moves. You can always progress them and make them harder by going deeper into the sand with them or using bigger ranges of motion or working faster, right? All right, so first move is just going to be what I call the rake. So we'll do clawed fingers and then you're just digging into the sand all different directions. So 1 minute here. Again, I use this move, the rake or squeezing rice or light extend or a lot of the top rice work where we're staying towards the top of the rice for warm-up moves and cool-down moves, especially when I'm doing a 10+ minute rice bucket work. But this one is just kind of getting your fingers in the rice, working your wrists and fingers around and getting that motion in there. All right. So we got just a little bit left on this one, about 20 seconds left, and then we'll move into another move. Get a little therapeutic with it. You can make pictures and patterns in the sand, do 1 finger, 2 fingers, different patterns with your fingers. Again, the deeper you go, you can make this more difficult, right? But we're just doing a light one today. So the next one is going to be squeeze. Again, this is just grabbing a handful of rice, squeezing it, releasing it. Grabbing a handful of rice, squeezing it, releasing it. Again, you can progress this move by chopping down deeper and pulling up rice from deeper, squeezing harder, squeezing longer. But this is a light workout, just getting used to doing it. So we're staying surface level, light to medium squeeze, release. You can always progress things to make them tougher or modify things to make them easier. The point is that we're doing the thing, right? We're moving. All right. It's like 15 more seconds here. We'll go into our third move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Our next move I call the light extend. So extending is when you chop down into the sand, right? And your hands are together, and then when you're under, you extend your fingers out and raise back up. So normally people would go in deep, separate the hands, bring them up. I call this the light extend because we're just staying surface level. We're not going very deep. You chop in with fingers together, separate them under the sand, under the rice, and bring them up. Chop in, extend, bring them up. I call this the light extend, staying surface level. You can reset your rice if you want. Take a little break if you need to. This is just a real light and easy session here. All right. Just a few more seconds here, 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. The next one I call punch, right? So this is a bit of hardening for the knuckles. You're literally just punching into the rice. Again, how hard you punch, how deep you punch, whatever medium you're punching into, if it's something more dense like sand, larger grains of rice, something harder, small pebbles. This could be a lot tougher, but we're just keeping it surface level. But if you really want to go at it, get 100-something punches in here, you can really do some hardening for your knuckles and hands. So this is just a top-level punch. Light, quick punches. About 5 more seconds here. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, the next move is the chop. So it's like when we did the extend and we chopped in, but this time you're keeping your hands together. We're gonna go a little bit deeper with it. So be intentional about it. Chop your hands in. So you're kind of hardening the knuckles on this one. Now you're kind of looking at hardening your fingertips. You should also feel a little bit of work in your shoulders and forearms with all this stuff too. And depending on how you're sitting, you can feel a little bit in your hips, in your quads or hamstrings. If you're doing a squat, I found being more parallel with the bucket like this and sitting on a bench or something will put it more in my forearms and wrists and take it more so out of my shoulders. If I want to work my shoulders, I get lower, and that'll put more shoulder and bicep work into it. All right, and then the next move will be our top pinch. That's what I'm going to call that one. So it's the opposite of extend, right? Where we go in together, separate and raise up. This one, we're going open palm and pinching together. Pinch, fingers together, pinching together. And this will be our last move here. So opposite of extend, we're going in open and then just pinching our fingertips together in the sand. Again, to progress this, you can go deeper into the sand, extend your fingers out wider, really squeeze that rice. When you bring your fingertips together, you can practice bringing different fingers together, like just the thumbs and pinkies, index finger and pinky, you name it. 3, 2, 1. Reset the rice. All right, and then as always, I like to rub out my hands a little bit after each rice bucket work. So I go at the top of the hand, I press down, rubbing the thumb into the upwards into the knuckles. For each finger, got a pop there. And then doing the same thing, palm side up. A little bit of massage for the hands. And then again, we did some compression work on the fingers, so I like to just take each finger individually and tug out. Do that as much as you see fit, but it's good to do a little bit of yin to the yang, right? We compressed and now we're decompressing. All right, happy rice bucketing.